Hello, hello, welcome everybody to round 4 of the IndyCar Championship here at Sim Racing Online. We are at Laguna Seca Raceway, branded as WeatherTech Raceway, formerly Mazda Raceway, in the beautiful Central California Valley. Used to be horse country, and here we are today to bring you round 4 as we sit atop the famous corkscrew here. As you can see, drivers are going to have quite the adventure today at this particular part of the track. I want to remind you guys of our sponsor today, which is Liberty Footwear. If I can get it to play. Anyway, today 90 minutes of racing at this infamous track. We get things settled here. All right, let's take a look around. Got a few things on track here today. Let's go to the onboards. We are with Nick Westy right here. You remember Nick had a rough go in the last race, not finishing. Let me refresh my overlays here. Give you the tower. See some of these practice times. Let's take a look at Westy's teammate, Robin Taylor. He's out on track right now. Oh, no, he's not on track. Guys, you're just getting ready for quali. Quali's going to start here in about 4 minutes. So the guys are just getting it set here. Get a good feel for the layout. These Indy cars are so fast at Laguna Seca here, which is also primarily a motorcycle track. I mean, it was built in 1957. It's been around forever. It used to be the Rancho Laguna Seca, which was equestrian and grazing grounds, all the way back into the 1800s. So it's been here for like 140 years, this area. Laguna Seca is Spanish for dry lake. The area where the track now lies was once a lake, and the course was built around the dry lake bed. And after it was reconfigured, 2 artificial ponds were both added. It is pretty much a desert out here at Laguna Seca. So, yeah, give you a little bit of track history there. 17 drivers we have today. Let's see, let's get a look at some of these drivers that we have. We roll down there, and let's get a little bit of track info for you. I'm not sure how many are going to show up today, but these are your drivers, and here is the track info. Actually, I didn't want that. I wanted to look at the scores first. Let's check out these scores while these drivers. It won't be in the way. Here we go. There we go. So the top 10, as you can see, starting at the bottom, Mark Heitree for Flying Crowbar Racing is in that top 10, with Caitlin Penny in 9th, and I don't know if she is going to join us today. She's had some issues with disconnect, so she's just probably not going to show. Robin Taylor, Black Cat Motorsports in 8. Followed up with Ed Jones, Bad Voices. In 7th, Ben Sumner's Dr. Pepper Field Motorsports holding that 6th position. And Costas Cantadores from MRG in 5th, solidly. Then, 4th place, John Vandergeest from GEAR. And then the top 3, Philip Pilcher with Team Solitude. And Nick Westy, who is Robin Taylor's teammate, up in 2nd place. Right behind our leader, Matej Descobler. Just look at that. It's pretty close up there. It's about a 5-point difference there for the guys. So there you have the web scores. Now for the track info. You can see. Ta-da. All right, there it is, Monterey. It's near Monterey, California, and Salinas. I've been to this part of California. I grew up in Southern California. It's just beautiful. It is pretty much a desert here, and it gets very hot, but it's really good for some really entertaining races here at this Laguna Seca Raceway. It's 3.602 kilometers or 2.23 miles, 11 turns, and yeah, there you have it. That is where we are today. Let's see. Let's get a look at the cars. I'm looking for my info here, series info. So the quali is going to be 15 minutes, and then a 5-minute warm-up for a rolling start. That will get us underway. See if this might pop up some action here. Take a look at what we are dealing with here. Here is your Dallara 18 200 2018 to present. Of course, the modern cars a little bit changed, but you can see it's either your Honda or your Chevy V6. They all have the same gearbox, the paddle shifters, 2.2 liter capacity, V6 twin turbocharged with output of 550 up to 700 horsepower, depending on the turbo boost pressure used at the track. And I do not have that information. We do not know what that details, but there you have it. There is your rig. So with all that out of the way, let's not forget our sponsor, and let's see if I can get it to work this time. There we go, Liberty Footwear. Enjoy stylish comfort, performance, and our safety, hiking, everyday wear, custom fit boots, handcrafted in Michigan, USA. Our sponsor for these broadcasts. Get a hold of them. The website is in the information below and also on our website. And make sure you tell them that Randy sent you. Randy Marek is our contact for our Liberty Boots sponsorship. So big thanks to Randy for bringing them on board to help us out with these broadcasts. And yeah, let's give them some support and show them how we appreciate it. All right. With that said, it's quality time. So let's get things underway here. We are going to bring up the qualifying box, and we are going to find some drivers here. I believe it's private qualifying. So as these guys head out, there won't be any traffic. It'll just be them on track. It just keeps it clean that way. And Matej is out there, and it looks like right next to him is High Tree. So here is High Tree, pretty much at the same part of the track. Try to get a lap in. Let me see what I can do here for you guys so you can kind of follow along. There you go. You can see the track map up there. Let's get Matej is going to be the first one to cross the line. See him going down the corkscrew here. This is what it's going to look like to these guys. I think we are going to have lots of action here today at this infamous corkscrew. Something to see. Guys are getting ready for 90 minutes of intense racing. And it looks like we have our full field of signed up drivers for today anyway. So there is the start of your first, Tony. And Tony Talvitier, he is also just starting a time lapse. So we'll try and keep up with these guys. Also on this is Jacob Smythe. He's right there going through the Andretti curve at turn 1. So these guys will be coming across the line first. As you can see on the track map there, that with Mataj out front, we will be able to follow him closely. Let's see, Nick Westy, recognize him in that beautiful dark blue livery that he carries out through all the series. Really quick driver, Mr. Westy. So hopefully he'll have better luck this week, as they had some misfortune last week. All right, so here is the first car out on track, going through that corkscrew, getting ready to come across the line here as he breaks it down into the curve. Rainy curve into turn 11 and down to the straight. Let's see what kind of time he can put up. Oh, look at that, a 1:10.3, followed right behind him with Talvitier with a 1:09. Jumped right behind him. And then, yeah, Smythe coming in with a 1:11 and Hightree coming in with a 1:12 as they follow up across. Jacob Smythe at 11, Dash Gobbler with a 10, and Nick Westy with a 10. So Talvitier puts the fastest lap up there. Let's see who's coming across now. Pilcher's going to come across and see what he can do. Or was he on an outlap? Here we go. Yeah, he was on an outlap, so he hasn't crossed. Kurtog has put up a 15. Who else we got coming across? In the 18th, here comes Stefan Winham across the line. Winham moves himself up into 12. And here comes Mataj again. Let's see what Mataj can do for his next lap. Oh, and he bumps himself up into second place with a 1:09.7. So nicely done. Nice comeback there. Let's see where Westy is. Westy's coming around the back. Oh, he's coming into the pit. All righty then. Let's see. He got the 7th place car. John Vandergeest now about to cross the line. Let's see what John can do. Oh, takes the second off, 1:10.8, so does better his time. Nicely done, Mr. Vandergeest. And here comes Freddie Hell. Freddie Hell does not improve, but he is at a 1:10. Pilcher improves. Let's see, we are still 10 minutes remaining here, so plenty of time for these guys to go down and get some new tires and fill those babies up. Coming across the line in 12th here is Lauren Martin. Let's see what Lauren can do. He's at a 1:15 now. I think we can better that. Just by a few tenths, he does better his previous time. Only by a few tenths here. As well as Stefan Winham coming through again. And Winham, that 1:16. So these guys are a little bit off the pace. There's Gilles De Silva with a 1:18. One of our brilliant painters. Let's see. Talvitier is in the pits. Who else is? Oh, who's in 11th? It's Hightree coming across the line again. And Hightree bumps himself up to 10th. A little bit better lap of the 1:11.9. Nicely done, Mr. Hightree. We've got Kurt Tane coming across. Urton. See what he can do. If he can better his 1:15.4. And he does not. So what else have we got here? The 5th place car of Philip Pilcher should be crossing the line too. So see if he can better his time of a 1:10.2, if he can improve on that. And he does not. So he must have had it off on that lap. So Talvitier is heading back out. So with that said, we've got a few times up there. Let's find a driver and follow him on their time lap once he crosses. So when Tony comes back around for his hot lap, we'll jump on board and do a complete lap with him here, as we still have 8 minutes of qualifying lap. And here is Westy. Westy heading up the hill. He's greening it with his sector 1 time. And here comes Dust Gobbler across the line, and he does not improve. Let's see where Tony's at. Tony has just come down through the corkscrew, so he's getting ready to cross the line. There is Televitier. So let's just get an onboard drive with Tony here for a 1 complete lap, see what he can do. Sitting at that 109.3. See, all the way in 6th gear, and then it's going to be, look at that late braking. He is extremely late braking, down into 1st. So I imagine these guys really had to work on their setups just to get around this corkscrewy track. It's just an amazing track. We had the, oh, it's Tony loses it there, and that's going to put him out for this lap. So much for Tony's attempt to better his time. He is sitting on top, so I don't think that is going to help him any with his sector times. So let's see where Matej is. I wanted to at least follow. Well, let's follow Tony through the corkscrew. See how he handles it. Nicely done. All right, very good. And let's see, we got Jacob Smythe now crossing the line. He's going to start another lap. He is currently 9th of the top 10. Ohaitree holding on to the top 10 while he's in the pits right now. Westy's in the pit. Televitier, I think he's staying out for another lap. So, you know, it does take a lap or 2 to get these tires run up. So this might be the hot lap that he's looking for. And let's see our number 2 driver, Matej. It's somewhere up, headed for the corkscrew. So let's see how he handles the corkscrew. Look at this late braking. It just blows my mind. Down in 1st, whipping around. 2nd gear, and then the grip right here is just so intense. Look, he's all the way in 5th. Taking that in 4th. Beautifully done. Let's see if he can do that. He's only a few tenths behind. Coming to the line, and he does improve, but he does not catch Tony. So he's up to 109.6. So a few tenths better. And let's see where Tony is now. Oh, he's pitting. So coming into the pit is Televitier. 6th place car, Philip Pilcher is going to come across. Does not improve. What else we got coming across? 4th place car. Where is the 5th place car of Robin Taylor? So let's follow him as he's heading up to the corkscrew now. Currently sitting at that 110.1, so he's about 8 off the pace. Well, let's see if he has anything. Oh, he does not. He has a pit stop in mind. So there we have it. So here comes the Das Gobbler. And Das Gobbler, there's Westy. They're both pitting. So 7th place at the minute, Jacob Smythe. Let's see if he can do. Come in turn 11, last turn. Currently at a 110.3, and he does not improve. All right, we are down to under 5 minutes left in this qualification session to set the grid. Where is, let's look at a couple of guys. Ollie Baston, he's parked in it. Randy Marek, he's parked. Lauren Martin is out, currently in 13th. Into Sector 1. 8th place, Freddie Hell. Let's see if Freddie can improve on his 110.5. And it looks like he is just starting a time lapse. So let's see. Meanwhile, Televitier is coming through again. So I believe he's on an out lap right now. Remember, he did pit, so I don't think this is going to be time, but maybe. Let's see. That 109.3 is holding pretty strong up there. 311. as he starts yet another lap. Let's look at that. And Westy's moved himself up into third. Let's see what he can improve on his 109.9. He does. He improves a few tenths to 109.7. Keeps himself in third place. So nicely done. Philip Pilcher's in sixth. Let's see what he can do. Currently at a 110.2. Will he improve? He does. Barely. He's still in the twos, but it's a 207 now, so nicely done. Not too bad. Eighth place, Freddie Howell. He's coming around again. He's trying to get out of the 110s. Let's see if he can do it. At 110.5. Up, he stays in with a 110.3, but nicely done. Meanwhile, Telvitier coming out of sector 3 into turn 11. He's trying to put a faster lap up there than at 109.3. Let's see if he can do it. We're just coming up at 2.5 minutes. And he puts a 108.9. So Telvitier puts in a ripper and jumps up to the 108.989 into the 108s. Our first driver into the 108s. Where is the Scobler? He's coming around. Let's see if he has anything for Tony after that. Holy smokes. Here it is. Does Matej have anything? 109.6. 109.3. He does get down to where Tony was before, but now he's out. And here is third place Robin Taylor, who is starting a lap. So 109. So we got one driver in the 108s. Freddie Hell again. Let's see if he's trying to get out of those 110s. He's 0.052 away from a 109. Let's see if he can do it. Oh, he does not pull it off. All right. What was that? Ninth place Vandergeest. Put in a pretty nice lap there. Vandergeest in the 110.3s, so competitive. But I'm telling you, Telvitier just blew everybody out of the water without 108. All right, here is the one shot that beating him, I think, is Matej. Here he comes now. Nope, does not do it. Where's Taylor? Taylor already went through too. So let's see, number 4, Westy coming through to see if he can improve. Or is he starting an outlap now? No, yeah, he might be on a ripper right now. As we are down to the last 38 seconds. So if this is indeed Westy's last lap, he has this chance to try and best that brilliant time by Telvitier up there. Holy smokes. That was some crazy stuff. If Westy's got a chance to move himself out of 4th. Taylor with a 109.7. He's done. And he is just squeaking everything out of this car on this lap. He is really on a ripper. Let's see what happens here. Hard on the brakes down into turn 11. And let's see. He's a 109.7. Will he improve? He does. He pumps himself up into 3rd and bumps his teammate Robin Taylor into the 4th spot on the grid. So very well done by there, Mr. Westy. Nicely done, Mr. Westy. That was an excellent run there. Okay, so that's it for your qualifying. We are going to set the starting order. And let's see if we can find a little scenic view here. I want to get a good look at some of these turns. There we go. There is the infamous corkscrew. So, that said, let's take a look at what's coming up. So, schedule, of course, here we are in round 4 at Laguna Seca. In 2 weeks, we'll be in Portland. And then in 4 weeks, we will be at Long Beach to wrap up this series and crown a champion. So should be very interesting. See what happens. The race is pretty close up at the top. As you saw, I think it's about 6 point difference. So yeah, nicely done there as we ready ourselves for the start. So we're gonna have a 5 minute warm up here, and believe guys probably get the hard tires on or the soft tires. We don't know. We will figure it out as they go. I will turn on a couple things here. Seconds, and we'll be able to see their gaps and who's who and who's going where. See, her dog is out for a lap. So you can see a couple guys on the alternate tire there. Here's the Scobbler. Guys trading a little paint there. That was the Urchain racing along with her dog. Just a few guys out on track here. Smythe is out. Ollie Batson, let's get a look at him. So he'll be in the orange and black livery. This race is going to be something, I tell you. This track alone is a handful. So without even involving the traffic, yeah, you got to survive this place. And then you got to push as hard as you can just to be competitive. So yeah, this should be very entertaining. Let's hope that we don't have any internet mayhem. Oh, sector 1, looks like Urton has had an off. I see a wing. Had a yellow there. Urtain, oh, hey, how you doing? Little tap there, but there is no front wing on that car for Urton. So he's going to have to nurse that baby around. Here is Westy. Just behind Smythe there. Or he just got through Smythe, I should say. Tej coming across the line too. Just a few guys out on track. So you can see there's about 4 drivers on the alternates. Scobbler, Westy, Batson. That is the softer compound. The primary is the hard tire. You'll be able to tell by the red stripe there. Excuse me. Whew. All right. Just a minute and a half left here, warm up. And I'm a little under the weather today. We had a concert last night. And we played at the Ballsville Blues and Jazz Festival. Luckily, it was yesterday, Saturday night, so I am able to do the broadcast. As we just settle into now a couple of spots on the track here. Some of these epic turns. Get an aerial view here of the corkscrew. Here comes Tony Talavitier heading through. You kind of get a scenic look at the area there. All right. That's it. The last 20 seconds or so of practice, warm-up, coming to an end. We are getting ready for the race start. All right, time is up, and we're about to hear the most famous words in sim racing. Now, so we'll get a quick look at Mr. Jones there. He is out for a warm-up lap. He will be the last car on track, and he will be starting last in 19th. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, as we said. So with that said, let us check a look at this starting order. You have, there we are, Tony Talvitier with that 108, Matej Escobar in second, Nick Westy in third, Robin Taylor in fourth, Costas Cantazoras is fifth place, Freddie Hell in sixth, with Philip Pilcher in seventh, Jacob Smythe in eighth. And then rounding out your top 10 is John Vandergeest and Mark Hightree, followed by Ale Batson and Randy Marek in 12th. Now remember, this is a manual formation lap, so this is not the start. The start will be on the last turn. Lord Martin in 13th, Stefan Wenham in 14th, Michael Lavelle in 15th, Gilles de Silva, Gilles, and then Ertain Kurtog in 17th, Ben Summers, Dr. Pepper in 18th, and Ed Jones ringing up the rear. So there you have your starting order. Ooh, it looks like everybody's on the alternate. There's only 3 cars on the primary. So let's look for those drivers, Smythe, Marek, and who else was that? Wenham or LaBelle, to go the distance maybe. Going to be stretching this thing out. We have an on-starter. We got Ali Batson. Looks like he missed the start. He's in the pits, so I don't know if he was taking a leak or what, but he has definitely missed the start. These guys make their way up the hill to the corkscrew for the last time in peaceful manner. As the next time around, they will be in battle. And it was Stefan Wenham on that primary, as you can see there now. All right. All right, as they get through the rainy curve and head into turn 10, the race is about to start. Let's hope everybody can get off to a good, safe start. Let's focus on about the third place car here so we get a little bit of a look. And the race is on. We are live at Laguna Seca. The first cars are heading through, followed by the mid-pack. See Talvitier into turn 1, the Andretti curve, makes it through clean. Everybody looks like they're getting through clean. The harm no foul here is the Jacob Smythe group, followed by Randy Marek. And then we have Lavelle and Ertain bringing up the rear as we head back to the top. All right, nicely done. I think we're all through. Making it through the first time through the corkscrew for the leaders. Now getting through. Here is Taylor. That group. They come through. Let's get the rest of these guys coming through. as Telvitier just jumps out, and you can see that gap already. He's at almost, he's got a second gap as we speak, as second place. Looking at that gap. All right. Bring up the track map. Try and follow along here. Let's see, we had a little bit of a wreck here. Looks like LaBelle has found himself into the tires and has lost his wing. So there is our first incident in the Andretti turns. So he has knocked himself out there. And now we see Pilcher heading up the hill. There is Freddie Hill, currently in 7th. Got Ed Jones and Jill back here fighting it out. Jones trying to get away behind Jill. They make it down through the corkscrew. Ed trying to find a way around. Still hard to pass at this place. Coming up on turn 11 here is one of the best potential passing spots is right here if Jones can get a little bit of a run. This is for last place. And it looks like he's not. But here we have some stuff tightening up at the top here. We got Westy and the Scobbler. Westy looking for a way through. You can see Talvitier up there, increasing his gap. Just behind these two, we have Taylor and Carazares also battling, but Westy putting the toe in the dirt there. You can see them just behind him as they come into turn 11 here. See if anybody's got the advantage on the straight. You can see Mataj, really good top speed on that straightaway. And Westy's usually one of our faster top speed guys. Excuse me. As you can see, 4th and 5th back there, also fighting. But we have a thing going back in here. We still have this battle with Da Silva and Jones. Still trying to get around, not finding his way. And then we have Vandergeest and Smythe in a little bit of a scuff here. Vandergeest currently in 9th, trying to get 8th place away from Smythe. And then Westy putting the challenge. We are back for the battle for 2nd. This is your 2nd and 3rd place drivers. They head down the corkscrew. Wow, smooth sailing. So far it looks like we've got 2 cars out now. LaBelle, after that collision that we saw with the wall, he is out. As Westy's looking for a way through. Also, who's else? We got another incident. Is that Lauren Martin? Lauren Martin has lost it at the corkscrew. He's trying to get back into traffic. Throws a monkey wrench in front of the other drivers there, but he has pulled it off and has made his way back into this race. He's done wrong. We've got Stephen Wyndham and Ben Summers right behind him. Here is Summers and that Dr. Pepper. It looks like he is going to get around Wyndham. It stays to the inside to keep that position. Very nicely done. Whew. That was a good one by Lauren Martin to get out of that mess and not create any havoc. See, look, 14th and 15th. There is Lauren, just ahead, and just ahead of him is Erten. So here around. Meanwhile, Westy still putting the pressure on Mataj. Mataj, nerves of steel, holding on. As this battle continues. Also, we've got Freddie Hill and Vandergeest have tightened it up here pretty good. As this battle, ensues. And the 8th place, Smythe, right there. So 7th, 8th, and 9th grouped up pretty good as Westy killed beating the pressure as they head up the hill into this really, really tricky little section here, turn 6, up to the Rahal Straight. If you just get a little bit of a tire off there, it's doomsday in that dirt. As we saw if you watched the Porsche race of a week or so ago, the podium was decided on the dirt there. All right, Freddie Howell and Smythe. Vandergeest is in 7th now. So Freddie Howell and Smythe are teammates. Meanwhile, Flying Crowbar Racing's Mark Heitre's hanging in there in 10th place. He's been consistent in this series, and he is holding on to 10th place. So let's see if he can maintain a good days of driving to keep himself in it. And meanwhile, the Ed Jones battle continues. He's gotten around Gillis. Gillis is now in 16th, and he is now threatening Stephen Winham to move his way up yet another pick on the leaderboard. There is Summers, currently in 13th. And teammates Freddie Howell and Smythe. Freddie looking for an opening. Now these guys are teammates, so I would have figured that, I don't know what kind of rules they have, but I think they let them race pretty much and just don't take anybody out. Okay, to the pointy end. Westy, constant pressure on Matej. Come through that rainy curve once again into turn 11. If you can get any kind of a run on the straight here, can Westy. We've got our third DNF now. Martin, LaBelle, and Ollie are all out. So 3 down. These guys battle for position. Summers now putting the pressure on Urton. So Caredog, he makes a little bit of a mistake there, does Summers. So Summers is maybe have to regroup for yet another attack, maybe next lap, because he kind of lost a little bit there. He was right on him though, but he had a little bit of a foot in the dirt. Let's check on Freddie Howell and Jacob Smythe. The two teammates are still duking it out. And then we have this group of the 4th, 5th, then 2nd, 3rd, 4th. These guys are battling. And there is Westy still, again, just constant pressure. Because Matej's nerves of steel are going to have to be flexing here. Nothing but a mirror full of Westy is enough to make you crazy. Meanwhile, Talvitier just having a Sunday drive out here as he continues to improve. His fastest lap is a 1:10.7. That is the fastest lap of the race so far. So there you have that as his gap just grows as the battles ensue behind him. And there is 11th place Randy Marek in that corn-fed Dallara, having a nice eventless race. What we got? Talvitier in traffic up here. Talvitier has lapped the 15th place car of Urton, so that means he's gotten by yellows. Oh, and who is going off? We have an off. That is Stephen Winham. Nope. Oh, we got another incident. What's going on here? We got some crazy stuff happening. Holy smokes, get out of the way. We've got 2 cars off. We got 1 car going into the pits. That is Urtain heading into the pits. Winham heading into the pits. Looks like he's got some damage, so we definitely had some incidents going on there. Who else? 14th is in. 15th is in. Holy smokes. Right, Freddie Howell. I don't know what happened there. That was all through the rainy curve and turn 10 that we lost some drivers. Wow. Trying to get some intel here. I believe that was the tail end of the grid anyway, where the leader was passing. Calvitier makes it through unscathed. So Tony improving his lead at Westy, now way out in front of Costas. So Costas must have had an off that we missed too, because he has dropped to fourth, and Taylor is now in third. And I'm sorry that we missed that, but it had to do with all that traffic, I'm sure, because as the leader got through, we know those guys were only a few seconds back for battling for second and third, and something must have caught Costas out. As here he is now. Let's see. He doesn't appear to have any steering damage or anything. But that's like one thing that holds true in sim racing is we don't have any injuries, but we do get hurt, and it's mostly just our feelings that get hurt. So the life of a sim racer, it can be quite frustrating at times. So the field has spread out. These guys, Kurtog and Wenham, are both in the pits, and here comes Erton is coming back out, so he is back in the action. Good to see. He'll be back coming in, and it looks like it's clear. Don't see anybody in his way. So he is currently in 15th. And then let's see if Wenham is going to make it out. Wenham is not looking good. Wenham has some serious repair going on there. Okay, we will keep tabs on him as we check with Costas here. So Costas is going to, with Robin Taylor, see the gap there. Third and fourth. So battle ensues as the cars are quite spread out at this point in time. And Wenham remains in the pit, so it might be some serious repair in there. Meanwhile, Calvite, he's probably ordering some food on his mobile device as he's so far out front he can stop for a sandwich. Westy's his closest competitor, as the field is now strung out. So we'll go down the line here as third place, Robin Taylor, making it through the corkscrew. And Costas Scotazores in fourth. And Matej, who was the loser of all that. It was Matej, it was not Costas, right? I apologize. Matej was the second place car that got caught up, and I'm sure it had something to do with the getting through the back markers. I didn't see anybody doing anything wrong, but there was a slide and a crash. And Stefan Wenham is back out on track, so that's good. All right, this is the fifth place, the Scobler, and then Philip Pilcher here in sixth place. With the Vandrick, he's not too far behind, as you can see. And here is John. And then in eighth place, Jacob Smythe, who has been separated between him and Freddie Hell by Mark Hightree, who finds himself up a spot. So here is Hightree and Freddie. So these guys might have a little bit of action coming up here. We also have the 16th place car of Wenham out, just catching up to Randy Marek ahead on the track a little bit. And we got Telvitier going through some more lap traffic here. So here comes Telvitier trying to get through, as he does. Nicely done. And that was the 13th place car of Ed Jones getting through. Meanwhile, Hightree and Freddie Hell has his sights set on that 9th place spot with Hightree. Hightree goes a little bit wide, he gets it wrong, but then Freddie follows him, but it looks like Hightree's going to be stuck. He got stuck in the dirt out there. And yeah, just a little forced error, unforced error perhaps, cost Hightree a spot. So he'll be happy to see that we got that on the broadcast. Just sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail. All right, where is 11th and 12th? These guys are going at it. We got Marek in a fight now with Ben Summers for that 11th spot, with Hightree just ahead of them. So see if Marek can do anything. And then the 14th place car and 15th, I believe, yeah, 14th and 15th are also pretty close. Is that? Yeah. There's just. And Ertan right behind him, so this is a little bit of a battle going on there. But back to this Hightree Freddie Hell battle. So after Hydre's off, let's see if he has anything in the tank that slows that gap back up. Or maybe he realized, oh, we got the number 12 car. Where was that? Was that Summers had off? No, who was off up there? I thought I saw somebody dragging their feet. Oh, so we've got Marek, Summers, and Jones coming up as Westy's coming through the lap tracks there. So Westy, his team boss, Randy Marek, lets him through. No, not team boss, I'm sorry. That's MRG's team boss, is Randy Marek, letting the second place car Westy through. Nicely done. And what else have we got going on here? 7th and 6th, oh, Philip Pitcher and Vandergeest. Here we go. Pilcher has caught Vandergeest and is looking for a way through, trying to get that 6th position. He's closing. He's going to try to go to the inside. Vandergeest shuts the door. Trying to get a good exit as the Andretti hairpin into this turn 3 and 4 section where you have to get it just right here. If you get turn 4 just right, you're on the gas, on the curb, on the gas, and you can really hold your speed coming up into that turn 5 lefty going up the hill. And it looks like Vandergeest is maintaining his pace, but we do have Marek and Summers back here. Summers. And then we also have the leaders coming through. So the 3rd place car of Taylor trying to get through all this. There is Robin Taylor right there. He's gotten around Summers, and now it's his teammate Marek. He's going to see if he'll get him the room. Nicely done, Randy, as he lets his teammate through and holds his position, keeping himself in front of Summers. So that was well done by the MRG boys. Very good driving there, that team. Nice. Nicely done. We got Talvitier now trying to get around Gilles. Gilles is making some room, and having a scenic route. Just keep it off the wall. Keep it off the wall, Gilles. He's going to get that beautiful paint job all dirty, but he lives for another lap as traffic ensues here. Meanwhile, Summers and Marek holding it up as Taylor coming through the twisties is trying to get around, and he does get around. That is the 14th place car of Jeff. And Gilles, as you can see, just giving room for this whole gaggle of traffic. You can see, nicely done by Gilles. Right, as he just lets this gaggle through, but we have quite the group of cars here, and in the midst of it are leaders. 3rd place Robin Taylor right there. So Taylor gets around Marek, and now he's got Summers in front, so gets through unscathed. We got 4th and 5th right behind him. Taylor, they are also in the lap traffic, so as we get through these back markers here, there goes Taylor. What's happening to the 5th place car is in the dirt, and Taylor gets it all wrong. He's going to have to repass all these guys again. So, does not lose a position, but that could close the gap between him and Vandergeest in 6th. As you can see, he's quite the ways back, though, having that battle with Freddie Hell. Or, I'm sorry, with Pilcher. So Pilcher and Vandergeest duking it out here. As second place, Westy, here is second place, Westy is now going to have to get around the 15th place car of Ertang. Plenty of room to do that as we come up here. So 5, 6, and 7th, we've got someone going in the pits. Taylor's in the pit. So Taylor pits. That's going to move everybody up a spot. Preliminary. Some temporary positions here as now Vandergeest is in 5th. Pilcher in 6th. Meanwhile, Jones is putting the pressure on Marek. So Ed Jones, remember, he started dead last. He's now up into 13th, so he's making his way through the field. As his next check mark will be Randy Marek, which I don't think is going to be an easy task. So as we jump right ahead of these guys to Hightree and Smythe. Hightree has found the back of Smythe. Oh, Smythe! Holy smokes! Smythe is airborne and out. Did you see that? Oh my heavens to Betsy. We all saw that. He just hit that curb and was immediately a flying car. Oh my God. So Jacob Smythe is out of this round 4, and we saw it right there before our very eyes as the car just leaped in the air after that curb. You have to get that curb just right. That's what can happen, and holy smokes. We have come to see the day that cars will fly. Holy smokes. Battle for 3rd. Costas and Matej. Matej has found his way back up to the podium. Congratulations to Matej after dropping back. And I believe we missed it, but he must have got around Costas there. And I do believe he has the pace, as we witnessed throughout the warm-ups and quali. The Matej definitely had pace. Salviti is still holding the fastest lap at a 10.7. And Westy, though, is starting to close that gap a little bit. This is the closest it's been. Good heavens. That was something else, man, watching Mr. Smythe. So Taylor's also out. That's what happened. Taylor went out too. That's what moved him up. So Robin Taylor must have got caught in all that fray as well. And another thing we miss is this so hard to keep track of what happens. But so 2 of the MRG, one of the MRGs dials out, and Robin Taylor, the Black Cat. So that just leaves Westy, the last remaining team member, as Taylor is out of this race, as well as Smythe from MRG. So we now have 5 DNFs. I tell you, Laguna Seca is taking its toll. But meanwhile, Ed Jones is in a waggle as some lap traffic has got to get through here. As this is the 5th and 6th cars of Vandergeest and Pilcher. Pilcher now finding his way around before the corkscrew. That gives Vandergeest a little bit of breathing room, and then just ahead, Westy is closing that gap to Salvitier. So does Salvitier have the rubber? Do we know? Because the gap has now closed. Now Tony, oh, we got an incident here. Who's the 8th place car? Hightree. Hightree off. Hightree is off. He's regaining. He finds himself in 8th. He looks like he's back on track. And let's check. Doesn't appear to have any damage, although that was a cartoon kind of turn there as far as animation goes. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yep. All right, I think he is showing, I think he's straight. He might be straight. So that's good news. Meanwhile, Westy has closed in, but we have the 5th place car, Freddie Howell. I think he's got some lap traffic to get through, and he does. He just gets around Wenham, who is going to find himself up in a couple spots as soon as he unlaps himself from the 2 DNFs that just happened. Holy smokes. And so, Talvitier is in the pit. So that tells me that he was ready to change rubber. So Westy is the new leader. As that gap was coming down, Talvitier was coming in for his, I would believe, tires, as we're just about 28 minutes into this race, 27 minutes, 26. So did he wear out those softs? He's dropping down, and he's coming back out. It looks like he's going to come out in 4th. Just behind, a few seconds behind Costas. So that was an event. And now Summers, who's caught up to Hightree after Hightree's off in this battle for 8th. Vandergeest finds himself back in 7th. As they did share 5th and 6th. Freddie Howell has got around Vandergeest. So did Vandergeest have a bad lap or an off? These are the questions that need to solve the universe. Talvitier, with that screaming pace. Oh, 14th place car, Stephen Wenham is off again. Wenham into the wall. Okay, he's back out, but let's hope he doesn't cause any havoc as these guys are coming through. This is Talvitier going for the over-under, going to the inside move, and he does take that spot away from Costas and finds himself back on the podium after the pit stop. So nicely done, Tony. Curious to see what's going to happen when Westy pits, what that gap is going to be. And currently, he's got Matej still well in front there. A pretty nice gap still between 2nd and 3rd. So, but both of those drivers will still need to pit as Talvitier gets himself through the lap traffic. Just gets himself around Erten, clearing the way. So everybody's pretty spread out at this point in time. This is the 8th place Mike Hightree, letting the faster traffic through, or is he? I believe that is the 4th place car of Costas just ahead of him. So Hightree trying to keep his pace up, not lifting, but I believe, oh, and Skurtog's into the pits. So here we go, as more leaders are pitting. And here comes the 5th place car, Pilcher. What's Pilcher going to do? He stays out. So we have Kurtog in the pits. That's going to give Vandergeest and Freddie Howell a spot, I believe. We'll see what the timing. Oh, the 3rd place car is out. Talvitier's in the dirt. Tony has got it all wrong. The Andretti hairpin, and has lost his front wing. Oh, this is going to be a scary lap. If he can stay in it, it looks like he's staying in it. Oh, Tony. Talvitier gets it all wrong in the Andretti hairpin and loses his front wing, and see if he can get his way around without causing any more damage. Good heavens. So we'll keep an eye on him. It's Hightree, I believe it's Hightree and Kurtog. Yeah, Hightree trying to get around Kurtog in the hairpin, and he does let him go at the twisty. Nicely done by Mr. Hightree to get through that. Man, there's a lot of stuff going on here, and it's hard to keep track. But let's see if Talvitier can make it through. I knew he was going to have trouble. He had trouble in the corkscrew without that wing, but he is in a spot now where he can get to the pits. And I believe he's going to give up 3rd here pretty quick as Freddie Howell comes through. So both these guys are in the pit now. We got Wenham in the pits, Talvitier in the pit. So Tony's in for repair. Can get that wing back on there and get back out there and try and make a respectable race of this. Meanwhile, Ertain is just behind 2nd place. 3rd place is now Matej. In fourth place, Freddie Hell. Getting through the ninth place car of Ed Jones. So Jones has made it to the top 10. Here's Flash. Once again, starting in the back and now in the top 10 with his really nice consistency Ed has in all his races. All right, we still got just the 5 cars out, so with any luck, Talvitier can come out, and he is back out. So Talvitier coming out in 7th. Let's see if he can hold 7th. There's nobody around him, so if he can settle in, we still have an hour left. He's got some ground to make up, and the other cars still have pit stops to go. He might be good to go if he also topped off on fuel. I don't know. He's on the softs. We will see what happens, as he's just still coming into sector 2 now, as the car in front of him, third place, is up. But we have Ben Sumners is off. Ben Sumners has an off in the corkscrew, the Dr. Pepper. Keep it straight, Ben. Here comes some traffic. Here comes the 14th place car of Stefan. It's not too far behind him, as the leader now is getting through some lap traffic. Westy looks like he's going through Marek, and Marek wisely lets him through. Randy currently in 11th, looking to find himself in the top 10 here. If he keeps this going, I think he's going to be able to pull it off. Wow. Oh. Woo. Holy smokes. All right, there is Westy staying out, so no pit stops yet. As here comes Talvitier. From 7th position, getting through, I believe that's the 14th place car of Wenham, as Wenham just lets him go a lap down. And now Hightree is the next behind Talvitier, but he's back in 8th place, so, or still in 8th place, so hanging in there is Hightree in that top 10, so he just needs to stay with it, man. He's had a couple of bad instances, but he is still well in the points and looking good, so he just needs to keep it alive. Then the 12th place car of Ayrton, letting the 2nd place car of Mataj, who finds himself back close to the podium again. But man, we have a huge gap to first place. Nick Westy. Talvitier getting around Ben Summers, who is a lap down from Talvitier. So closing in on 6th, so Freddie Hell is going to be seeing Talvitier in the near future. I would guess in about 3 or 4 laps, he should be able to catch up to the rear bumper of Freddie Hell, barring any pit stops, that is. So we just don't know at that point in time. Oh man, this has been something else. As Costas now getting around Gilles. Got the Gilles. I believe that's Gilles letting him through. Yeah, it was De Silva in that beautiful painted car. Let's get a look at that car, shall we? Heavens to Betsy. It's Rob Milliken. That's me. The home of virtual motorsports. So this is our parent, and he's got the sponsors on it. Nicely done. Arc Factor 2 still the king. So Gilles, beautifully done, Gilles. I love it. Good stuff there, buddy. That's a little Easter egg for you. Okay, Westy in first place by a mile. Third place has caught up to the 12th place car of Ayrton, and Ayrton sends it into the corkscrew barrier. So Ayrton, oh, can he regain? He's a wingless beast coming through. As Gilles is right behind him. Gilles is gonna find his way and right on Gilles' tail. One of the leaders. So, oh my gosh, this is dirty work in here. Let him through. Let him through. The 4th place car gets through. Vanderkeest now finds himself in the 3rd with the pit stop from Pilcher. So Pilcher pits. No, it showed him. No, he did not pit. That was a mix-up. It's Costas the pit. Okay. Matej is 2nd. Vanderkeest finds himself sitting on the podium. Woo, will it be short-lived? The Wenham going up the hill. Here comes the second place car letting through. So there goes the second place car of Mataj. Gobbler gets through, and oh my gosh, this is something else. What is happening now? Marek coming through the corkscrew. And then we got the Shell. Nicely done, letting the 9th place car of Ed Jones through. All right. Good heavens. Where to next? What happened to Tony? Tony's now in 6th. So the 6th place, 7th place car. I think that's because of the pit stop, maybe. Or did he actually get around? Because he is now right on the heels of Freddie Howe. So yeah, we're all where we were. I'm sorry. It was the pit stop to 3 up. So we know how quick Talvitier is, and now he has caught Freddie Howe. So let's see if we can find a bumper cam for Freddie. I want that. Here we go. There is Talvitier knocking on 5th place. Freddie's probably going, wow. And now I think you've got to remember too that Tony has fresh tires. Oh, as Freddie gets it all wrong, and it's going to open the door here. Is he going to go to the inside? This is kind of a risky move. He goes to the outside, and Talvitier fighting on the outside. It does take that spot as they head up into the hill into this dangerous turn 6 area. And Talvitier back up into the action, into 5th place, and you can see 4th place not too far in the future. With still 52 minutes remaining, there is a chance for Talvitier to get up there. Besides, the pit stop's still going to happen here for these drivers. Wow. All right, who do we got here? Skirtog, I'm looking for a 14th place car because we got the leaders going through on the corkscrew. That is the 7th place car of Freddie House on there somewhere. Where are they at? There's Westy coming through. There's your leader. All right, so we got 6th place and 3rd place. There is Talvitier with a lap traffic. They got through. The 13th place car of Gels. So here's Pilcher and Vandergeest. This is a podium fight now. At this particular point in time, of course, pit stops are yet to happen for a few of these cars, so we just don't know exactly how it's going to end up over the next 51 minutes and 32 seconds. Holy smokes, what else can happen? All right. So Freddie kind of staying with Tony a little bit, but yeah, Tony's going to start stretching his legs here. As he's got Mataj on his menu, does Tony, for the next position. And Mataj is just in the Andretti hairpin, and here comes Tony down the straight, heading also into that Andretti hairpin. So, got the 9th place car of Ed Jones between him and 4th place. But that screaming pace of Talvitier is just amazing. To be able to make his way through the field. As Westy's passing, Westy gets through the 10th place car of Ben Summers. And where's Mr. Hightree in 8th place there, still hanging in there. As Tony gets around the 9th place car. So Jones is down. Next on Tony's list is the 4th place. Oh, we got the 13th place car. Jill is out into the wall. Does he have all his facilities? It looks like he's still got the wing. Maybe it was just a light tap. Oh, as he throws Westy a screwball, and Westy, the leader, gets him mixed up in that. as the leaders come through now, we don't know if Westy was just being cautious and misjudged it, because I don't think Gilles was in the way. It just so happened that it all went down at that point in time. Van der Geest now in second place, Pilcher in third. But miles behind is Van der Geest, so it's definitely a pit stop plus behind. But meanwhile, where is the fifth place Tony? And held up a little bit. You can see that gap to fourth. Talviti's got to get around Karadak, and then we'll have clear sailing into the battle for fourth if he can stay with it as they get through the corkscrew here. Wow, what a bunch of crazy stuff going on. The fifth place car getting through. All right, Tony gets through. So now he's got clear sailing to fourth place, who is just heading into the Andretti hairpin as Tony is now crossing the line. So not too far back, actually. And still holding on to that fastest lap of the race is Talvitie. And Westy in the lead, choosing not to pit yet. So let's see, 48 minutes into this race. And he's on the soft, so I don't know if these guys are going to have a fuel stop, I would imagine, for the 90 minutes, but yet to see. Okay, fourth place, Mitage with Pilcher just ahead. And Van der Geest now coming up on Randy Marek and gets through as Marek lets him through. Marek holding on to that 11th spot. I'm still telling you, I predict that Marek is going to find himself in the top 10 as he lets these leaders go. Nicely done. I believe that was Pilcher. Oh, 12th place car of Erten Karadeg is looking like he's going to be out of this race. It's going to be our 6th DNF. Oh, very sad to see Erten go. He was holding his own up there. Meanwhile, to the pointy end, Pilcher slightly closing in on Van der Geest as this is a battle. And then we also have this 13th and 14th place battle back here with Gilles and Stefan. Gilles trying to keep Stefan from getting around. I don't even know if these guys are on the same lap. It's not showing them on my indicator that it's a battle for position. So I'm curious to see if they're a lap down or not. As Erten has definitely come out of this race. But meanwhile, back to Pilcher and Van der Geest. You can see the gap there. There is the rear view from Van der Geest's car. As Pilcher had a little bit of a moment there, allowing Van der Geest to increase that gap. So good going there. Meanwhile, Talvitie in 5th. Got another lapped car between him and 4th place. Or it was clear sailing, but Marek is now what's next. As we scan the track for action, good heavens. Got the 7th place car of Costas and the 9th place car of Ed Jones. And then we've got High Tree coming through some lap traffic here. Gilles, I believe that's Gilles. Yes, gives way to High Tree. So High Tree with 12th place, Gilles just behind him, and then 14th car of Stefan back a little further than that. So clear sailing there for High Tree now. As Talvitie, you see Talvitie, I believe that's Marek next in line for Talvitie to get around to increase his chances to get to 4th. As you can see, he closes that up pretty tight on that straightaway. But Talvitie probably has like very little wing on his car, I would guess. So 12th and 13th, Gilles and Randy. No, yeah, Randy's in 11th. So Gilles shown in 12th. So 13th is Winham, who's right there behind Gilles. And Gilles takes it a little bit wide, but Winham content to stay back there. Meanwhile, Talvitier gets around Marek, and Marek says, wait a minute, but wisely steps out of the way, as, after all, Talvitier did have the fastest lap of the race, so I believe he had some serious pace. So Westy coming through again. Let's see if this might be the lap that he'd pit. He has, nope, he's staying out, and Vandergeest is almost 2/3 of a lap back in second, as Vandergeest is just now heading up into turn 6, as the leader is in turn 1. So the pit stop will tell the difference there, as Winham and Gilles, probably the closest battle here. But meanwhile, 3rd and 4th, they're showing a little bit closer here. So 4th place, Matage, is closing that gap on Pilcher with Vandergeest just ahead. So the podium is going to be up for grabs here in this last 42 plus minutes of this race. The 6 DNFs. So we got lap traffic up here. Vandergeest is finding it. He's got Gilles and Marek, I believe, up there. No, that's not Marek. Stefan and Gilles. All right, so he gets through the first one. And now he's going to make his way through. And 2nd place, Vandergeest does get through the back markers safely without incident. So, hallelujah. But meanwhile, now Matage has to navigate the same the same drivers. And we got Pilcher. So he has caught Pilcher, and this is going to be a race for 3rd place. Nobody pits. They get through, and both of them get through. That is Stefan and Gilles. As these guys are now battling, this is for 3rd place. He's taking to the inside. Pilcher shuts the door, and he sends him around. Matage goes around. Oh, and gets hit and loses a wing. Oh, this is catastrophe. Oh my gosh. That was Gilles. Nothing he could do. There was just a road full of Matage. So Matage once again finds himself in trouble. And a little bit of a love tap there from Pilcher just was enough to send him off. Pilcher lives for another day at Costas. Matage. And here comes Talvitier. Talvitier saying thank you very much. I will take 4th place. Bad luck for Matage, as Gilles still ahead. It looks like Matage is going to have time in the pits with 40 minutes remaining here. Oh, this is the same thing that happened to Tony. So Tony made it back and is now a position away from the podium, as we can see Matage heading in to do that repair. Meanwhile, Talvitier finds himself back up in 4th. The points, gaining points. So Matage is in the pit. Another car coming out of the pit. Had a little bit of a server burp there. So Westy out in front still. The 5th place car of Costas has just been lapped by the leader. Oh, as you can see, 2nd place is about a half a lap back. And then 3rd place, Pilcher. And Telvitier has Stefan Winham to go through before he has a straight line to Philip Pitchler. Keep saying his wrong. I got all your names wrong. So it's Matej on his way back out with the fresh wing. So Matej coming out in 8th. Clear sailing. Oh, the 12th place car, Gilles. Gilles is off. Oh, he's out. It looks like De Silva has have to retire from this race. And yet another. So they're starting to drop like flies here for this last 38 minutes and 50 seconds. So Laguna Seca is taking its toll. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drivers now out, with Gilles being the latest of the unfortunates. Wow. Holy smokes. So, meanwhile, 5th place has been lapped by the leader, but 6th and 7th we've got Freddie Hell and High Tree. High Tree finds himself now in 6th place. So, happy sailing for these. And High Tree's in. So High Tree's pulling in for pits. He's going to probably get some fresh rubber to finish this race going in for the last 38 minutes or so, which puts Freddie Hell just ahead now. And Costas in 5th. Vandergeest in 4th. So it looks like pit stops perhaps for Vandergeest. Or let's take a quick look here. I want to see the number of stops if I can. Yep, Vandergeest has had his stop. So there we go. That explains that. All right. See that? Turn the drop back off so I can alt tab out. And Marek is pitted. So Marek pitting. Sure, it looks like a routine pit stop. He was on the hards. Is he going back to the hards, or is he going to pull the softs? We won't know. There is your leader, Wesley. He's closing in on 4th place. Vandergeest, who has given it up from the pit stop to Telvitier, who finds himself back on the podium. Way to go, Tony. This is like perseverance and surviving adversity, getting himself back on the podium. And then, of course, having a ripping pace doesn't hurt either. So the battle ensues. And who do we got down here? Summers. Okay. It is Freddie Hell right there. Just got around Summers. What else we got? The leaders lapping up to second lap on the 12th place car of Stefan Wenham. So he's a few laps down now. And here comes Freddie down. Just get through Summers, across the line again. Hotel PTA in 3rd. Vandergeest comes out. He is in 4th still. And I believe he's getting around. Looks like Ed Jones again. Which is. So now Marek still in the pits. So maybe my 10th place prediction might be all going away. Here he comes now. That was a lengthy pit stop. So let's see where Marek comes out. He might have had a little bit of damage that we missed. It's so hard to keep track of all this. Here's your leader getting through that 10th place car of Ed Jones. And just up the road a little bit is the third place car and the fourth place car just ahead of first place. So once again, with 34 minutes left, at this point in time, there are no conquerors, only survivors. You see the tires compress on all that inertia. It's pretty cool. R Factor. All right, where are we at? So Pilcher staying out. Talvitier coming in. So Talvitier pitting yet again. So this is unfortunate for his quest to the podium, as he's going to give it all back. As Vandergeest is going to get him right here. Let's see what kind of a pit stop it is for Talvitier. As Vandergeest gets back on the podium, and Talvitier looks like it was a splash and dash. Excuse me. Is coming out, and fifth place is going to get him too, as Costas gets through Tony. So now Tony finds himself in fifth coming out. Or is it fourth? Is he? Yeah, fifth place, Talvitier. There he is. All right, but he is right on Costas' tail, so he could be able to take advantage of that. But we've got the Vandergeest getting around Marek. And now Westy is also going to be looking to get around Marek as they head to the corkscrew. Danger, danger. And we've got the Scobbler and Summers trying to get through here. But the Scobbler gets around Summers, so that's clear. But Talvitier now is on fourth place. So after a splash and dash, he comes out on fire and is going to get that spot and puts himself back and forth. Now he's going to be hunting down Vandergeest. And no, Vandergeest has had one stop, so let's see what happens here. Vandergeest is about to get lapped by the leader. So let's see what happens here. As you can see from Westy's view, that is the third place car with 32 minutes to go. The leader's about to lap all the way up to third place. This is crazy business. This is Verstappen-esque. But you know what? Westy has not had any issues. And I don't believe Vandergeest has had any either. But there has been traffic and damage and wings flying off. All kinds of stuff happening for some of these other drivers. As Costas gets through. Summers, or no, that's Jones. Crazy race, everybody. Holy smokes. So there is your gap to lap third place. This is going to be interesting because Tony's got just over about 31 minutes to catch what is now a podium spot with Vandergeest in it. Freddie Hell holding his own in sixth, so he's having a good race. And as well in seventh is Mataj. High Tree in eighth, so it's been pretty consistent. He's had a few offs and dodged some near misses and finds himself comfortably in eighth, though. So a very good run by High Tree. Then we got some Marek letting Talvitier, I believe, through. And Talvitier is closing in on been lapped by the leader, but who's about to get through third place and put Vandergeest a lap down. So I think Talvitier is already a lap down to the leader. Vandergeest is next. And in the meantime, Talvitier is just humping it to get there. And Costas also right there, not too far back from Talvitier. So, some interesting stuff going on here as the 9th place Ben Summers lets the speedy Talvitier through. So Tony's got a clear shot to Vandergeest with Westy, who's basically just a speeding ghost at this point in time. The Talvitier has 29 minutes to get himself on the podium. I believe that last pit stop was to set him up for the finish. So we shall see as Pilcher's now in the pits. So this is going to open the door for Tony to get back on the podium. So Vandergeest is going to grab it right here. Vandergeest is going to take second from Pilcher. And let's see if Tony can get through. Tony's going to get through as well as Pilcher's on the move, I believe. Pilcher's on the roll, but Talvitier gets through and is now back on the podium. So epic race for Tony, dodging adversity and finding himself on the podium at this point in time with 28 minutes left. So anything can happen as Pilcher gets out ahead of Summers in 9th place just to keep that gap alive. So now Talvitier has a shot at second because you can see Vandergeest just ahead there, and with Westy pretty content to stay behind Vandergeest at this point. He's not putting any pressure on him to get through. So interesting to see how this works out. But as you can see, Talvitier was on a mission. He's closing the gap ever so tightly, and he might even have a shot to get around Westy at this rate. A 1:10.3 is fastest lap on track, still held by Talvitier. And he's pitting now. Here comes the pit stop. So Westy finally pits. Way ahead though. As he's heading from the lead. No hope for these guys in second and third. Vandergeest is second. They are alike, almost a lap down. Westy's going to come out, but Talvitier and all the way up to 5th place, a lap down, unlapped themselves from the leader. So Westy's now coming out. And he's got still 5th place down a lap, and 6th place will still stay a lap down. So 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th have unlapped themselves due to the pit stop. But Westy's got a free run to the end now, the last 27 minutes. So now it's going to be Tony. It's going to be closing in on Vandergeest. And I believe these guys are teammates anyway, so Gear, P-E-A-R, looking for a podium finish either way. They could just maintain this. Meanwhile, Marek got a ways to go for that 10th spot. I think there's going to have to be an incident to get him up into that predicted 10th, but we shall see. It's High Tree steady, staying in 8th. And Wenham hanging in there in 12th position, the last survivor, as the DNFs start right after the 12th spot. So that's just, excuse me, Laguna Seca's taking his toll on these guys, as there is your leader, Westy. So I'm looking for, I don't know if anybody's going to be able to beat that fastest lap, but if anybody can do it, it's going to be Westy. Here is Vandergeest. So Vandergeest's last lap was a 1:12, and Tony's last lap was a 1:11.3. So 1:12.3 to a 1:11.3. So Talvitier was a second faster on that last lap. So that gap is closing. You can see it now as they're going to share the straight together now. As you can see, Vandergeest just ahead there. Tony has him in his sights now. So I believe Vandergeest is the team captain, owner of GEAR, calling the shots on one of the fastest spin, Tony Talvitier. I would imagine he's going to let him go, but we shall see. Meanwhile, Westy's about to put 5th place back down a lap. They came out of the pit, and he is on fire, I'm sure, with fresh rubber and enough fuel to finish. So here he goes. 5th place goes back down a lap. But here is the battle for 2nd place. Talvitier closing in on Vandergeest. Just under 25 minutes remaining. And Pilcher in 4th. A really good run for Pilcher so far today. Or Pitchler. I'm sorry. Pitchler. It's L-E-R. I'm sorry, Philip. I'm going to try and remember that. Pitchler. Just correct me if I'm wrong. Just jump on TeamSpeak and tell me how in the heavens the best you can say your name. I am in the broadcast booth on TeamSpeak. What else we got going on here? Oh, and who is pitting? Costas is pitting from 5th. So Freddie Hell is going to take over that 5th spot. So that's good news for MRG, as they have a driver in the top 5 now. As Freddie takes over that spot. I don't believe Costas, and he's coming out, so that was a splash and dash. As he comes out in 7th with 8th place, Mark Hightree. Not too far. Did Hightree get around him? Are they going to meet? I believe he's right there. Yep, he's about just a few meters ahead. Here's Hightree. And we can see, there he is. All right, and he's also getting caught in traffic. Is the 7th place. Costas, as he quickly gets around. Yes, goes. He was out. Stefan Wenham in 12th place. Costas gets through. Next will be Hightree. Here is Hightree. And then Freddie Hale got around Ed Jones. Meanwhile, Talvitier. Vandergeest is holding that gap pretty good. But I think it's only a matter of time with 21 minutes left. The way Tony just keeps his foot in it, you can see that gap coming down every lap. Let's see. So the last 2 laps again, we got a 1:12.4 for Vandergeest and a 1:12.9 for Tony. So Vandergeest holds his own on that last lap. So Tony might have had a little bit of issues, but there was lap traffic, I believe. It's 5th and 6th. They're coming up. Matej now coming up. Next in front of him will be Ed Jones to get through. And now Vandergeest has some negotiating to do. As 12th place, Stefan Wenham. It's really tough here because you have to stay on the apex here to not ruin your lap. So getting around these guys, not that easy sometimes. Uh-oh, who's out? 9th place, Ben. Ben Summers is out. The Team Dr. Pepper has hit the wall in the horseshoe and lost his wing. So this could be the gap that Marek was looking for. He's gonna have to pit to fix this if he can keep it together. As the leader goes through, Westy. Also, who's in 6th? Matej is out. Matej hits the wall and puts it all wrong. So this is going to open the door. And he is out. Matej is out. So there's no survivors. As Freddie Hall is now pitting as well. So hell pits, that's going to open the door for Pilcher if he can get through. If he can get down in time. Costas is going to get 5th. Freddie's still in the pits. Got all that damage, looks like. And there's Talvitier closing that gap for second place. There is Vandergeest. Talvitier just behind him. And the battle for 7th and 8th now is out because Matej is out. Freddie Hell is still in the pits. So where is Marek? And how far down is he? I think the DNF from Matej is going to bump Marek up into that top 10. And, Vandergeest finds the dirt. This is going to open the door to Talvitier. Dr. Pepper is in between Talvitier. Now, what happened here? Where are they? So, Vandergeest's four-wheel drive drift into the dirt didn't seem to hurt too bad, but I'm sure it had to do with getting around the Dr. Pepper Ben Summers 10th place car. It's Talvitier now. It's going to get through him. There is Talvitier. So, Talvitier now back on a straight shot for Vandergeest for that second position. As we are just at the 18-minute mark. So the podium battle will continue as 4th place also gets through Ben Summers. So Philip Pilcher is through. Toss is in 5th. Hightree into 6th position. So the 2 pit stops and the crash in the DNF have bumped Hightree up into a very pleasant 6th position. Very happy for him and his team, Flying Crowbar Racer, but I especially root for because it's my team. Nicely done. Okay, here we go. Vandergeest. Talvitier. Down the corkscrew. As Vandergeest has a mirror full of Talvitier. It's coming down to the last 15 minutes or so. We got 17 to go. Talvitier is just so quick. But let's get a look at Talvitier, how late he brakes into turn 1. Watch this. He's still, look at this late braking. That is something else. Get a little section here. This is where you got to get it all right here. Very nice, very nice. All right, so Pilcher not far behind is right there in the mix. So as we get down to the last 16 minutes or so, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are all within striking distance. All it takes is one false move, one coat brown, and yeah, it's going to be a position change here. And in the midst of all of it is the Dr. Pepper car, yep, of the Summers in 9th. And they've all gotten through Summers, so we are all in line here. Pilcher, Talvitier, and Vandergeest to head into the Andretti hairpin. That gap just coming down every lap. Let's see, last lap times. 1:13.2 for Vandergeest, 1:12.9 for Talvitier, and 1:12.8 for Pilcher. So, traffic ensued though, you know. A lot of those lap time discrepancies are due to back markers and getting through the traffic. But 3rd, 4th, and 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are all battling here with clean sailing ahead of them. We got 5th place car of Costas, just needs to get through. And I believe that's Marek. And Marek lets him through. Marek now in 10th, as predicted. But the action's going to be for the last 14 minutes of this race is who is going to take second. And can Philip Pitchler get himself back on the podium? We will see. Oh, that didn't. What happened to Vandergoose is pitting. Vandergoose pits. Was it a fuel issue? But he's given that spot up. Oh my gosh. So what I thought was going to be a race, I thought Vandergoose was going to make it through. He had the one stop, but I guess it's a double stop, two stopper for Vandergoose. Because he probably needs to splash and dash. So that puts Pilcher into third. Is he coming out? It looks like it was a quick stop for fuel. Vandergoose coming out in fourth. Where is fifth? He's got a comfortable spot, so he's going to be comfortably in fourth. And then his teammate Talvitier in second. So I'm sure as Vandergoose, as team owner, is not totally upset. I mean, if he realized that he needed to stop anyway, so he's probably happy for that. As Pitchler gets through the 9th place car of Summers. So Pilcher now on the podium. Talvitier miles back up first, but holy smokes. So all Westy has to do is get it home. We got 13 minutes left for Westy to get it home. Let's check out Westy's, how late he breaks into the turn 1 Andretti hairpin. Or I guess they call it turn 2 because they call this little kink turn 1 right here. So yeah, look at that. Very nicely done. All right, things are winding down here at Laguna Seca. 12 and a half minutes remaining. We've witnessed some heroics, some disasters. We had flying cars. Been a little bit of everything here. We've also missed a lot of action. We'll start at the bottom here. We got Stefan Wenham, who will soon inherit what will be 11th place. Marek in 10th. Summers in 9th. Ed Jones in 8th. Proving his consistency. Freddie Hell in 7th. Mark Hytry in 6th. Cotazores in 5th. A good run for Costas. He's endured some adversity as well. Vandergoose in 4th, who had a really, really good day for John. I think he kept the car clean the whole time. Sat on the podium for a few laps, got as high up as 2nd. And then he'll finish this race in 4th place if all goes well for him. Pitchler with a really good run on the podium. It was, Robin Taylor had a good shot up there. He got knocked out early. Kevin Smythe, we saw, got knocked out early. So, opening the door to this Pitchler. Now gets into 2nd. Where is Talvitier? He's in the pits again. What is going on? Is this a drive-through? Did Talvitier get a penalty? Looks like he's doing a drive-through. Oh my goodness, is this going to cost them? Where is Vandergoose? Here comes Vandergoose, he's at the hairpin. Oh no, Talvitier. He's at the line. And here comes Vandergoose to get back on the podium. His boss is now ahead of him. He must have got a drive-through. Did it show it on the leaderboard? I did not see that because I'm in a different view. So you guys can watch the track map. So Talvitier must have serving a drive-through, which puts Vandergoose back on the podium for the last 10 minutes of this race. Wow. Maybe he caused an incident. I don't know. I wasn't following him, but we'll only know in the chat. We'll have to get the race debrief. But it looks like Hightree is out. What happened with Hightree? Maybe that had something to do with it. But Hightree, what a great run he was having, and he is now out. Oh no, Mark. With 10 minutes to go, Hightree drops out. Oh, their disappointment. That's going to bring Wyndham up to 10th, Marek up to 9th, Summers up to 8th, Jones to 7th. Holy smokes. What next? Pitchler in 3rd. Or Pitchler's in 2nd. Vandergeest in 3rd. So how far back? Yeah. The gap is horrendous, but Talvitier, he's got about 8 minutes to catch his team boss, Jean Vandergeest, to get that final step on the podium. But I'm sure he's had some things to say. I think Tony's had a lot of drive-through in the series. He's been talking about how he doesn't know. He's mad at the R Factor 2 gods. I don't blame him. He's gotten some drive-throughs, but I'm sorry. I am ignorant to what happened there. We'll have to wait for an explanation in the forums to see exactly what happened. But everybody's pretty spread out now. Pitchler is coming up on the 11th place car of Wyndham. That as soon as they get around another lap, is going to unlap himself from Hightree. And I believe that's going to probably put Hightree in maybe 11th or 10th. So even with the DNF, he'll still get some decent points to maybe hold his series points position. As you see, Westy, clear sailing up there. He's got Vandergeest behind him. Does Westy. There is John Vandergeest. Herod in 3rd place from Talvitier. Here comes Tony. So as they go into Sector 3, Tony's catching him. He is catching John, but does he have time? We're racing the clock now as we hit the 7 minutes remaining mark. So this is it. It's go time. Tony wants to try and get himself on the podium. He is going to have to push like a wild banshee. Real unfortunate for all these DNFs. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 DNFs now. So Laguna Seca has taken his toll on this grid, ladies and gentlemen. Freddie Howe in the Andretti hairpin, 6th position to holding strong. Ed Jones in 7th, Mr. Consistent. Ben Summers finds himself in 8th, having a good run. And Randy Marek now in 9th, which is going to put Stephen Wyndham is going to be in 10th once he gets around Hightree. And Hightree will finish in that 10th spot. So, wow. Very deserved. I don't know what happened to him, but, well, we won't know until the chat. Maybe one of them will jump on TeamSpeak and we can have a little post-race interview and find out what the heavens to Betsy happened, but not sure exactly what happened there. But most unfortunate is there is your leader, Westy, is 5.5 minutes remaining. 3rd place, Vandergeest. And here is Marek. Stephen Wyndham. I think these guys are a lap apart. Marek making his way through the corkscrew. Currently in ninth. As Eddie Jones crosses the line yet again. Okay, so lap times. Last lap for Vandergeest was a 1:12, and for Talvitia was a 1:13. So Talvitia having his difficulties on the lap before. We'll see what happens on this lap. Because we are under 5 minutes remaining. Talvitia probably pretty content to be in fourth after the incidents he had. Remember, he did have that crash. He had to come in for a wing. Found himself back on the podium a couple times now. And that was a 1:12.3 for his last lap, as Vandergeest was a 1:12.9. So he's shaved a couple tenths off of Vandergeest. But I don't think he's going to have time with just 4 minutes, just under 4 minutes remaining to catch his team boss. So we shall see. As Wenham is about to unlap himself, I think this next time around, as he's following a Marek through. Marek in ninth place in the corn-fed Dallara. Marek Farms, another one of our sponsors. So this should do it for Wenham. I think as he crosses the line, it should put him in 10th place, unless he was more than a lap down from High Tree. Nope, still got one to go. All right. Meanwhile, about a straightaway gap for Talvitia to Vandergeest. So this could be it, man. We are just under 3 minutes. Pitchler in second. Been a great day for Philip. Really done some really nice driving today. As well as Vandergeest, who's now in the traffic zone. So far, let's not have any incidents here with just under 3 minutes. He's also getting through Marek. And Wenham as they're safely through now. So next to get through the back markers will be Talvitia. If there's time, we are in the last 2 minutes of this race. So hang on, everybody. This is it. Westy's got... Oh, I see a tire up there. I don't see any yellow, so I think we're okay. So I believe there's going to be this plus one lap. It's about 1:11 around, and he have a minute and a half to go here. So we are in the second to last lap. Vandergeest messing around with leader Nick Westy. Don't do anything stupid, John, and try to unlap yourself and crash. But I say that, but it looks like he's going to try. He's going for it. Oh, John. Right. Just stay where you are. You're on the podium. As Talvitia is coming through the corkscrew now with lap traffic ahead. All right, we got the white flag out. This will be the starting of the last lap right here as Nick Westy, your leader, starts the last lap of this race. Vandergeest, Talvitia, this is it. As Westy heads to the corkscrew for the last time. Nicely managed. That's it through the rainy curve into turn 10. And turn 11 for the final time. Here is your race winner, Nick Westy, crossing the line, taking the checkered. The winner of round 4, Nick Westy. A brilliant race. There he has it. And of course, the second place is way back here. Just starting the lap. So he'll be finishing it. As I believe Vandergeest, who was just behind him, his race will be over. Costas will be coming in. As these guys cross the line for the last time. 5th place, Costas. Some of these guys that were already a lap down, their races are over. Nicely done, everybody. And Tony Talvitier, who does get the fastest lap of the race, going to finish in 4th. After dealing with some adversity. So well-deserved finish for Tony. Nicely done. Pitchler has survived and crossed the line, as well as 4th place. He's pulling it into the pit, so there you have it. And Jones and Summers in that 8th place finish. So well done to the field, everybody. Nicely done. What a great race. Let's see if we can get this pit stops here. There we go. Nice. So there we have it. Let's check out this finishing session results. Here we have it. Your round 4 session results. Westy, Pitchler, Vandergeest, Talvitier, Cantasaurus, Freddie Hell, Eddie Jones, Beth Summers, Randy Marek, Stephen Winham, and then the DNFs, the whole page of DNFs. No conquerors, only survivors here. So, wow. That was something else, everybody. You got to love it, though. What a way to end it. Pretty epic race. And round 4, we got round 5 coming up. So we start some. Get a look at the schedule. We saw it earlier. In 2 weeks, we will be at Portland International Speedway. Look forward to that one to see what's going to happen at the end of this series. And remember, 2 races left in this round 1 of the World Series. And then coming up will be a multi-class series for round 2 of this is the All-Star World Series at Sim Racing Online to crown a year champion at the end of the year. So stick with us for that, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. All right, guys. Thanks a lot.